There's great people doing amazing things in our area every single day, and sometimes that comes out of a need for your children. And I am so excited to be here with Cheryl, Maddie's mom. She's going to tell us a little bit about the organization that she's got and how we can support her. Cheryl, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So let's go into a little bit of the backstory, how all of this came about. Start from the beginning, I guess.
So, my husband and I, when we were actually pregnant with our fourth child, we had three sons and then we had a daughter. During the pregnancy, there were some complications, and we found out that she was most likely going to have some issues. And then she was born. We knew she was special needs. We didn't know what syndrome she had. Turns out she has something called Greg's cephalopolysydactyly contiguous gene deletion syndrome.
Oh my goodness. That must have taken a day or two to learn to pronounce. I don't mean to make fun, but goodness, couldn't they come up with something a little bit easier?
For short, it's GCPS.
Okay, there you
There
go.
are about 200 people in the world with GCPS. However, that GCPS means you're missing one gene on chromosome 7. Maddie is missing, I think, 47 other genes in addition to that one.
Wow.
There's only one other person in the world with her exact deletion, and she's a 21-year-old that lives in Arkansas. So we've connected with that family. It's been nice. But so Maddie was in the NICU when she was first born for a week, and she was born 6 weeks early. So that was actually great. We expected a longer stay, but then she came home. She was home for less than 24 hours when she stopped breathing. So we called 911, and we ended up being flight lifted from Frederick Children's National in DC. And of course, that was an emergency situation. So we had nothing except I had clothes on my back. That was it. So that was our first of many, many stays at Children's. And while there that time, we realized that there's a need for that. Like when I was there and I had nothing, no toothbrush, no hairbrush, no change of clothes, socks, nothing.
Right.
And being in the hospital is already challenging enough, right? Like,
yes.
Seeing your child go through all the things that they go through, and a lot of these families do end up there in emergency situations. So kind of like us, where they have nothing. And so it was after that first year, she had several stays that first year, and we decided that we wanted to give back to Children's because they've done so much for our family and our daughter specifically. So that's how Mighty Maddie's mission came about. What we do is we put bags together, and they include like travel size shampoos, conditioners, toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, lotions, socks. Sometimes we do different things like blankets.
Oh, wow.
Every bag is going to have the staple, and that's just like your typical need things. And we also do like notepads and pens because a lot of times when these doctors are talking, they're going over a lot of things. So you can take notes and go back and look it up if you need to, and research it yourself. And then we do fidget toys for the kids. We do a lot of smaller items like Play-Doh, slime. And then after I think our second or third year, we decided to do bigger items as well for kids. And so we do age groups. And so we do board games. We do stuffed animals and things like that. And then it was really cool last year. For the first year, my older son had lost a friend due to a sudden unknown heart condition when he was 13. And so then last year we added the cardiology unit. Even though my daughter's never had to stay on the cardiology unit, we've been affected and know someone that has.
Right.
So prior, we were only donating the bags to the PICU and NICU at Children's because that was where we had stayed. And
your experience, yeah.
We knew there was a need in both of those places. So last year we extended the cardiology unit, and now as well, my daughter has epilepsy. So we do a lot to the neurology unit as well. So each year it's gotten a little bit bigger, and we've been able to donate to different units of the hospital.
That's really great. And so you do all of this at Children's Hospital?
A large portion of the bags go to Children's because that's where most of the children that have needs go, right? Like if there's something at Frederick, they send them.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not.
A bigger issue, they're going to send them to Children's. However, we still donate to Frederick because we've been touched by Frederick as well. They're our local hospital. Why wouldn't we? So, I think it started in 2020 when we started giving to Frederick as well.
Yeah. How has this journey affected you and your family? Like, I can only imagine the ups and downs you guys have gone through. Can you kind of sum up how having this organization has kind of helped push you through?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's something about giving back to the community that's also helped us. I mean, just for instance, March 9th of this year, my daughter choked on an object and required 17 minutes of CPR. And of course, we went to Children's and we were there for a while. And again, feeling like some of the worst days you've ever had, right? Like
Mm,
you're just desperate for help. You're desperate for someone to save your child. It's just the darkest days that you've ever had. But and then I just know if I'm doing it because I know the need. So just imagine not knowing that that was there, and then a nurse walking in with a bag, a care package for you, and
mm,
then you have all these items. Like for me, when we're in the hospital, there's something that's special when she's asleep and finally settled for the night. I go take a hot shower. That's
yeah.
just how I get back in it. That's my reprieve, right? Some
Right.
people eat, some people don't eat. There's just different things that kind of give you a little bit of comfort. And for me, I've always found comfort in a hot shower.
Yeah.
It refreshes me. And so doing this over the years now, we're on 6 years now, and
Wow.
we have donated 570 bags. That's
Wow.
570 families that we've been able to touch that we wouldn't have had we have not
Right.
journey with our daughter, right? Like
Right.
had we have never had this, we wouldn't know the need and how it feels to be in that position at Children's or at Frederick and seeing your child suffer.
Yeah.
So I kind of like to think of it as like some of our darkest days have turned into something so beautiful, right?
Well,
We've
and
taken
that's, I
something
think,
so dark and made it so beautiful because
yeah.
there's a lot of families that have been touched, and our community has just been such a support for us and just drawn around us, and it's been amazing.
Yeah. Look, I can only imagine having, a reason to get up and keep moving when you think about other families who are impacted like yours. And yeah, I mean, I think it would just be motivating to know that number 570. That's a lot. And that's great. I mean, that's a pretty big accomplishment. And I'm sure those families are appreciative for the thought and the items as well. Do you have any goals this is year 6, right?
7.
So this is year 7. So you finished year
Mhm.
6. This is year 7. Do you have any goals that you'd like to reach by the end of this year?
Well, we've set a goal every year. Considering the first year, it was just our immediate family that did this.
Right.
We got together, and my husband and I spent our own money. So we started that first year was 40 bags. And I went back and counted.
I love it.
So the first year was 40 bags. The second year was 60. The third year was COVID, so we just did a small thing, and that was 45 bags. Year 4 was 125. Year 5 was 100. And last year we beaten all the prior years, and we did 200 bags.
Oh my gosh.
200 bags last year, and they included big items as well, not just like the little like
Yeah.
these were full
Yeah.
of good items. So a goal is to beat that this year,
Okay.
over 200. But another thing is we've had it for a goal for a couple of years, and it's just very challenging to get it done. But we'd love to get this to be a nonprofit. We're working
Yes.
towards that. It's just a lot of back work that we got to do.
Yeah, yeah, yep. Unfortunately, I think for some people that is where you'll be able to really extend the growth and maybe get bigger funds. But certainly there is a purpose to what you're doing now, and I'm sure there are people who will love this. Now, when you do the bags, are you doing them throughout the year all the time, or is this just kind of like you collect, and then give? How does that work?
No, so what we've been doing is my daughter's birthday is in July. So we kind of like to just do it then just because. And so
Yeah.
we always do it in July, well, July, August, depending on what's going on. And there's been a couple years she's been in the hospital at the time we would normally do it. So typically once a year. And then I do a Amazon wish list is how we start it. And, but we've already had several people this year already working on it in the community without me, like a friend my son plays lacrosse with her son, and she called me and she's like, "Hey, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you." We are selling these lacrosse straps that go on the lacrosse helmets that say Mighty Maddie.
Yeah,
And I spoke to her 2 days ago, and she's already raised 600 just from that.
that
And
is unreal.
another son, his lacrosse coach heard about this, and he wants to use it for his fundraising thing this year.
Oh,
He's hoping to beat his record. So people are hearing about it a lot more. It's each year, obviously, more people learn about it. So,
yeah.
but yeah, we usually do it once a year. I make an Amazon wish list, and then my husband and I, as a way to thank everyone, we'll have a big party and we'll have food, drinks, cake, and all that. And then we all get together and we make the bags. We put
Oh,
items on tables, and then we make a line, and we just go through and put
yep.
so each bag gets one of everything or two of everything, whatever the
Yeah.
items are.
Well, that is excellent, and what a way to bring a community together. I'm sure as a family, it's you feel the love and support that you're getting, and that's gotta make you feel good. And to pass that along to other families is excellent as well. So, if people want to get involved,
My daughter Madison has a Facebook, Madison Gigante. You can get the information there.
we wish you
Thank you.
all the success so that you can continue to help make families' stays in hospital a little easier or a little more comforting, I guess. And yeah, we're looking forward to watching this organization grow. And, I think if you guys are able to secure that nonprofit status, I know that that will probably bring many things for you in the future, too.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the opportunity and for your time. I appreciate it.